How to enjoy single-player Minecraft. There's something uniquely magical about the world of Minecraft, isn't there? It's this place of endless possibilities, a world where you're dropped with nothing but your bare hands, a world that's vast, untouched, and entirely yours to shape. Whether you're punching trees for wood, mining deep into the earth for diamonds, or simply watching the sunset from a hilltop you've claimed as your own. There's something comforting about being in this world, and when it's just you and the world playing single-player, there's a certain kind of peace that settles in. It's a solitude, yes, but it's not lonely. It's more like solitude with purpose. In a game that's often associated with multiplayer servers, massive build collaborations, and bustling communities, there's a quieter, more introspective side to Minecraft, the single-player experience. For some, the idea of playing Minecraft alone might seem dull or even isolating, but for many of us, it's where the game truly shines. It's where we find joy, reflection, and a kind of meditative escape that only comes from getting lost in your own world. In this video, I want to take you on a journey through how to fully embrace and enjoy single-player Minecraft. Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that being alone in Minecraft can be one of the most fulfilling experiences. The personal journey of Minecraft single-player. Let's start with the heart of what makes single-player Minecraft special. It's your world. When you play alone, everything you do is a reflection of your choices, your creativity, and your imagination. There's no pressure to keep with others or to build something impressive for a server-wide showcase. It's just you, doing what you want, at your own pace. And that freedom, in many ways, is what makes the single-player experience so powerful. When I first started playing Minecraft, like many others, it was on a multiplayer server. I remember the excitement of building towns with friends, exploring the nether together, and having that sense of camaraderie. But over time, I found myself drawn to single player more and more. There was something liberating about it. I didn't have to worry about whether my build was good enough to impress anyone else. I didn't have to coordinate with others or compromise on what we should do next. I could just play. In single player, every project, every decision is personal. There's a quiet satisfaction in starting with nothing and gradually building your world block by block. It's a slow burn, but it's deeply rewarding. I've found that in those moments when it's just me and the game, I'm not just building structures, I'm building a space that reflects who I am, my thoughts, and my creativity. Finding purpose in single player. One of the biggest challenges some players face in single player Minecraft is the lack of direction. Without other players around or specific tasks to complete, it can feel aimless. But that's also the beauty of it. In single player, you have the freedom to create your own purpose. It's not about defeating the Ender Dragon, though that's a worthy goal in itself, or building the most impressive castle. It's about finding joy in the small things. For me, the beauty of single-player Minecraft is in the little moments. It's the satisfaction of tending to a farm you planted days ago, seeing it flourish. It's the quiet moment of fishing by a lake as the sun sets, knowing that no one else is there to witness it, and yet it feels significant. It's the thrill of finding that first diamond after hours of mining, even if no one else will ever know. One of the best ways to enjoy single-player Minecraft is by setting small, personal goals. Maybe today you'll focus on building a cozy little cottage, or perhaps you'll decide to explore that cave system you've been avoiding. The beauty of single player is that these goals don't have to be grand or impressive, they just have to matter to you. And once you start embracing those smaller goals, the game becomes less about the destination and more about the journey. Embracing the slow pace. In a world that's constantly rushing, where everything is fast-paced and immediate, Minecraft offers something rare, a chance to slow down. When you're playing in single player, there's no one pushing you to move faster, no one asking you to hurry up so they can start the next project. You can take your time. You can savor the process of gathering materials, laying down each block with intention, and watching your world glow slowly over time. There's a kind of mindfulness that comes with playing Minecraft alone. When you're deep in the game, focusing on building or exploring, the outside world fades away. It's just you and the rhythm of the game. The steady, repetitive actions of mining, crafting and building can almost feel relaxing. And in those quiet moments, it's easy to lose track of time. Hours pass without you even realizing, and by the end of it, you've created something. Maybe something simple, maybe something grand, but it's yours. The slow pace of single-player Minecraft is something to embrace. There's no need to rush through the game, no pressure to reach the end as quickly as possible. Instead, it's about enjoying the process. Whether you're spending hours gathering resources for a massive project or just wandering through the world, taking in the sights, there's a certain peace in knowing that you can go at your own pace. In a way, it's a reminder that not everything in life needs to be fast or immediate. Sometimes the best things come when you take your time. The Intimacy of Solitude. Playing Minecraft in single player is an intimate experience. It's just you and the world, and that solitude can be incredibly fulfilling. In a multiplayer setting, there's always noise, chats, other players' builds, shared goals. But in single player, the only voice guiding you is your own. You get to experience the world in a way that's deeply personal. Every cave you explore, every mountain you climb, every tree you chop down is part of your individual journey. There's a certain kind of comfort in that solitude. It's a space where you can disconnect from everything else and just be. When the real world feels overwhelming or stressful, Minecraft offers a safe, quiet place to retreat. You can log in, take a deep breath, and lose yourself in a world where the only demands on your time are the ones you set for yourself. I've often found that some of the most meaningful experiences in single-player Minecraft come from these moments of solitude. There's a sense of calm that washes over you as you wander through the world, with nothing but the sound of your footsteps and the gentle music of the game. It's not about accomplishing anything specific, it's about being present in the world you've created. Building for yourself. One of the key joys of single-player Minecraft is that you're building for yourself. There's no one else to impress, no one else to judge your creations. You can build whatever you want, however you want, and it doesn't matter if it's a towering skyscraper or a simple little cottage. What matters is that it brings you joy. In multiplayer, there are often unspoken pressure to make things impressive, to build bigger, better, and more elaborate structures. But in single player, the only person you're building for is yourself. You can experiment, try new things, make mistakes, and it's all part of the process. There's a freedom in knowing that it's your world and your vision and your space to create. Some of my favourite builds in single player have been the ones that weren't meant to impress anyone. They were just for me. I remember building a small, cosy cabin by a river, complete with a little fish farm and a fishing dock. It wasn't anything grand, but it felt right. It was my space, and every time I returned to that cabin, I felt a sense of peace and accomplishment. Rediscovering the world. One of the most beautiful aspects of single-player Minecraft is the way the world feels when you rediscover it after a break. If you've ever taken time away from a single-player world, you know the feeling of logging back in after weeks or even months. It's like coming home to a place you built with your own hands. There's a familiar feeling to it, but there's also a sense of discovery. You remember the projects you left behind, the half-finished builds, the exploration you still have to do, and suddenly the world feels alive again. The feeling of rediscovery is one of the reasons I keep coming back to single-player Minecraft. Each time I return to an old world, it's like stepping into a story I wrote long ago. The landscape is dotted with memories of past adventures, but there's still so much left to explore and create. It's a reminder that Minecraft, much like life, is a journey without a clear endpoint. There's always something new to discover, something new to build. Finding joy in the mundane. One of the most overlooked aspects of single-player Minecraft is the joy that comes from the mundane tasks. When you're playing alone, there's no one else to take on the tedious jobs. No one to help gather resources, no one to help you mine, no one to help you build. But instead of seeing this as a burden, it becomes part of the charm. There's something oddly satisfying about spending hours mining for resources or clearing land for your next build. It's the repetitive, rhythmic nature of these tasks that make them almost meditative. When you're mining deep underground with nothing but the sound of your pickaxe echoing off the stone walls, the world outside fades away. You're completely focused, in the zone, and even though it's a simple task, it feels meaningful. The same can be said for farming, fishing, or gathering materials. These tasks might seem mundane, but they provide a sense of accomplishment. In single-player Minecraft, even the smallest victories feel significant. Harvesting crops from a farm you've spent time cultivating, or catching a rare fish after sitting by the water for hours. These moments that make Minecraft feel so rewarding are on such a personal level. In multiplayer, these tasks can sometimes feel like chores, especially when you're splitting the workload with others. But in single player, the sense of ownership over everything you do is magnified. Every resource you gather, every block you place, it's all part of your effort, your world. And that makes even the most mundane tasks feel fulfilling. Creating your own story. When you're playing Minecraft alone, you're not just building structures or exploring the world, you're creating your own story. Every decision you make, every project you undertake, it's part of a larger narrative that's uniquely yours. In single player, there's no one else to influence the direction of your journey. No one else to steer the game in a different direction. It's all up to you. Maybe you decide to build a sprawling city in the desert, or perhaps you want to create an underground base hidden from the world above. Or maybe your goal is to explore every biome in the game, leaving small outposts in each one as markers of your travels. Whatever you choose to do becomes part of the story of your world, and because it's your story, it holds special significance. There's something powerful about being the sole author of your own Minecraft adventure. It's a reminder that even in a world filled with infinite possibilities, the choices we make shape the outcome. And in single-player Minecraft, every world tells a story that's deeply personal, a reflection of the player who built it. Overcoming challenges alone. One of the most rewarding aspects of single-player Minecraft is overcoming challenges on your own. Without the help of others, you're forced to rely on your own skills and resourcefulness to survive and thrive, whether it's fighting off hordes of mobs, building a complex redstone contraption, or navigating a dangerous ravine. Each challenge can become a personal triumph when you face it alone. In multiplayer, there's always someone to help you out when things get tough. But in single player, you don't have that safety net. If you get lost in a cave or fall into a lava pit, it's up to you to find your way out. And while that can be intimidating, it also makes the victories feel so much sweeter. There's a sense of pride that comes with knowing you've conquered the game's challenges on your own terms. It's in these moments of self-reliance that single-player Minecraft becomes more than just a game. It becomes a test of patience, creativity, and perseverance. And when you emerge from these challenges victorious, it's a reminder of just how capable you are, even when you're playing alone. The nostalgia of single-player Minecraft. For many of us, Minecraft is a game we've been playing for years, and there's something deeply nostalgic about returning to a single-player world you started long ago. The memories of past builds, old projects, and unfinished plans linger in the world, waiting for you to pick it up where you left off. Every time I load up an old single-player world, I'm reminded of the excitement I felt when I first started playing. I remember the sense of wonder that came with exploring a new world for the first time, the thrill of finding my diamonds, and the joy of building my first house. These memories are tied to specific worlds, specific moments in time, and they come flooding back whenever I return. There's a comfort in knowing that no matter how much time has passed, your Minecraft world is still there, waiting for you. It's a constant in an ever-changing world, a place where you can return to those simpler times and relive the experiences that made you fall in love with the game in the first place. For those of us who have been playing Minecraft for years, single-player worlds become time capsules of our gaming history. They hold our memories, our creativity, and our growth as players, and that's what makes them so special. How to keep things fresh. One of the challenges of playing single-player Minecraft is keeping things fresh. After a while, it's easy to fall into routines, doing the same tasks over and over and over again. But there are plenty of ways to keep the game exciting, even when you're playing alone. One of the best ways to shake things up is by setting a new challenge for yourself. Maybe you want to build a massive city, complete the roads, bridges, and skyscrapers. Or maybe you want to try surviving in hardcore mode, where one mistake could end your entire world. You could challenge yourself to explore every biome, build in every style, or even create your own versions of Minecraft's ancient structures. Another way to keep things interesting is by experimenting with mods or data packs. Minecraft's modding community is huge, and there are countless ways to customize your game to suit your playstyle. Whether you want to add new creatures, mechanics, or even whole dimensions, mods can breathe new life into your single-player experience. Lastly, changing the way you approach the game can help you rediscover the joy of single-player. Maybe you've always played Minecraft in survival mode, but trying out creative mode could open up new possibilities for building without the constraints of resource gathering. Or maybe you've never spent time exploring the Nether or the End, and now is the time to dive into those dimensions and see what they have to offer. The emotional connection to your world. One of the most beautiful things about single-player Minecraft is the emotional connection you develop with your world. Over time, your world becomes more than just a collection of blocks. It becomes a reflection of your journey as a player. When you build a house, it's not just a structure, it's a home. When you mine for diamonds, it's not just a resource, it's a reward for your hard work. Every part of the world has meaning because you've invested time, effort, and creativity into it. I've often found myself growing attached to certain parts of my world. There's a first base I ever built, which might not be impressive by any means, but it's a reminder where I started. There's the village I discovered after days of exploration, which has since become a bustling hub of activity, thanks to the farms and buildings I've added to it. And then there's the little details, the flower gardens, the bridges, and the pathways that make the world feel alive. In single-player Minecraft, every block you place is a piece of your story. And as that story unfolds, your connection to the world grows deeper, and it's a personal journey that's unique to each player. And it's one of the most rewarding aspects of the game. Finding joy in solitude. In a world where we're constantly connected, constantly surrounded by others, there's something deeply special about the solitude of single-player Minecraft. It's a game that allows you to slow down, to reflect, and to create without the pressures of the outside world. It's a place where you can find joy in the small moments, in the simpler tasks, and in the quiet satisfaction of building something just for yourself. For many of us, Minecraft is more than just a game. It's a source of comfort, creativity, and nostalgia. It's a world we can return to whenever we need a break from reality, a place where we can lose ourselves in our own imagination. And in single player, that world feels even more personal, even more meaningful. So how do you enjoy single player Minecraft? By embracing the quiet moments, setting your own goals, and finding the beauty in the process. It's not about the grand achievements or epic builds. It's about the journey you take, one block at a time. It's about creating a world that's yours and yours alone. A world that reflects who you are as a player and as a person. In the end, single player Minecraft is a reminder that sometimes the best adventures are the ones we take by ourselves. In a world as vast and full of possibilities as Minecraft, those adventures are always waiting for you whenever you're ready to take them.